Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We'd greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today, we'll be going over quite an interesting watch, an Hublot Big Bang Unico, entirely in titanium and ceramic, a white version with the white straps. Its reference number is 441.NE.2010.RW. We'll be getting into more of that, but first we've got to do an unboxing here because this is quite a unique experience in its own right. Now, let's get to the unboxing experience. We'll be opening up the box here. All right, and here we have the watch box itself underneath the warranty. All right, and there we go. Comes with this nice rubber liner in here to prevent impacts against the porthole. Actually, what's interesting about Hublot's design here is that they've created this porthole so that you can actually view your watch directly from the outside without ever having to, actually open the case. All right. Very interesting, and there's the watch right there. So if you ever feel the need to store your watch, in its own box for a while, it's also its own display case. I wish more manufacturers did this sort of thing with their timepieces. All right, and now here is the watch itself with a tiny rubber pillow, and we've got the entire thing here. It has to be cut open, so let me grab my scissors here. All right, there we go. Pull it out of the bag there. All right, and remove the little hang tag here because I don't want this getting in the way. All right, and there's the watch, complete with a little, I believe there's a protector on the front here that can just be popped off nice and easy. There we go. All right, so let me clean up the background for you guys here. Okay, now, all right, the Hublot Big Bang Unico in titanium and white. All right, so we'll be looking at the case, the bezel, the dial, the crown movements, the functions, the movement itself, as you can see directly through the dial, as well as the strap, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on all of these throughout this video. All right, so the diameter is 42 millimeters, as is also shown on the website. This is a 42 millimeter diameter watch from finger to thumb. It measures 15.5 millimeters thick, so not entirely the smallest, but you're not getting this for its form factor, or maybe you are for that sort of like physical wrist presence. Lug to lug, I measured 50 millimeters, and with the way that the strap sort of flares out, you actually get more of that, maybe closer to 55 millimeters, but more on that in a moment on when we get to the wearing experience. All right, as you can see on the very front, we have the vertically brushed titanium on this case as well as the bezel. So we have a uniformity there with its overall appearance and a nice high polish along the sides there. Very nice and easy to see. And on the case back, we have brush finishing as well with a clear case back, an exhibition case back, so you can see the movement very clearly, right? And you can see that it says Hublot Big Bang around the edges. Okay. All right, and looking at the front of the bezel here, we've got a very nice matching titanium bezel as well, kind of sandwiching the entire case here. All the white portions here are actually white ceramic, which makes it very, very difficult to scratch. It's effectively impossible to scratch unless you actually have diamonds to actually scratch it with. The only issue with ceramic is that if you were to break it, it would shatter rather than simply chip off. So be very careful with this. Don't actually crush it under your car or anything, but very impressive design from Hublot here. All right, and as I was saying, the titanium bezel sandwiches all of this together, makes it a very, very nice overall look here. A very clean overall presentation before you move into the dial. Now moving inward to the dial, we have the inner bezel, or sort of like the Hublot, that has the minute and second track nicely lined out for you. All right, with Arabic numerals every 5 seconds or 5 minutes, as you can see. And note that the dial itself, the numbers are all either alternating. Well, yeah, you can say that they're alternating even numbers and index markers for the odd numbers. All right, so very interesting and actually a very nice design decision from Hublot here, because I very much like the amount of space that you get with index markers, but I also do appreciate their inclusion of Arabic numerals for very easy reading. All right, and also note that this is a matte white dial, even though it is, I'd say 90% skeletonized, because there's not much of a dial surface there, just more of just the movement with numbers in front of it. Now, what can you see here at the 3 o'clock position? Well, that's actually a 60-minute timer for the chronograph movement. All right, as you can see, I've had it moving there. All right, and to actually start it and stop it is it's actually incredibly easy. This is the easiest chronograph button that I've ever had to push. It's so easy and therefore very precise to use. Okay, now also consider the functions here of the watch. It should work as you would expect. Simply unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock side to the first position. This allows you to wind the watch effectively. There's no power meter here, as you can see on the manual wind Hublots that I reviewed recently. Links in the description below if you want to see those. All right, or here on YouTube. Okay, pull out the crown to the next position, and well, what does that do? That advances the date forward. As you can see, it's at the 3 o'clock of the chronograph dial. All right, rotate it counterclockwise to advance it forward by 1. It's a little bit difficult to see, but it's not really made to be at the very forefront of the visual hierarchy. Okay, so and the throw for this is actually incredibly interesting, because if you note how much I am turning it, the amount that I am turning the crown actually corresponds to the amount that the dial moves, which is about a quarter turn there. So it feels incredibly nice, because there's a very, very tiny bit of haptic feedback as you switch forward to that next day. So there's more than just appearance here, it's also the feel and just how it looks as you are changing its function. It's very, very unique in that method, in that way. All right, now pull the crown out to the final position, and note that the small seconds hand at the 9 o'clock position, that small seconds dial, has actually stopped. That allows you for the hacking seconds movement that allows you to effectively move the minute hand anywhere you need for precise timekeeping. Press the crown all the way back in. All right, and this will allow you to have up to 100 meters or 10 atmospheres or 330 feet of water resistance below sea level. Pretty good for a chronograph watch with all of this function in it. All right, now onto the chronograph functions here. Again, I said it's incredibly easy to press this presser. You could actually end up accidentally starting it or accidentally stopping it, but I feel that it takes it's more of a deliberate movement that you will need to actually press it, because if it's relatively low form factor, it's kind of secondary to the crown there, so not all that easy to spot, but it is certainly there. All right, now keep in mind that it works as you would think. All right, press the top button to start it, press the same button to stop it, press the bottom button to reset it. Now, what is interesting about the Unico movement, well, we'll go into that in a moment, but it allows a flyback feature. All right, so once we allow this to go forward enough, we'll also see that the small subdial for the chronograph, the 60-hour chronograph, will actually tick forward. Okay, and also, actually, while we're here, I'll just talk about the movement already. It is the HUB1280 Unico manufacturer self-winding chronograph flyback movement with column wheel. very long name for this, but effectively it is a 30 millimeter diameter movement, very, very thin, very, very small actually for all that you can accomplish here. And also keep in mind that this is the Unico 2. It's the second iteration of Hublot's Unico movement, which is their first in-house movement entirely made by Hublot themselves. It has a silicium escapement, which makes the movement much more efficient. It adds up to 2 extra days of power reserve. This movement is also 6.75 millimeters in thickness, has 43 joules, and has 354 total parts. It vibrates at 28,800 vibrations per hour, or 4 hertz. Very, very good. Very, very good sense of timekeeping for this watch. And also keep in mind that it goes up to a 72-hour power reserve. That's actually incredible for a chronograph function watch. I don't know very many chronographs that allow such a large power reserve, and that is due to the silicium in the escapement, which adds up to 2 extra days, right? And also keep in mind that the way that the movement is made is a completely modular escapement. It can be removed in simply 1 step. So not only is maintenance incredibly easy, the manufacturing of this movement is incredibly short, and it takes only about an hour and a half to actually create from beginning to end. The Unico movement is actually it's incredibly efficient in just about every aspect. All right, now, since we've given the chronograph some time to move forward, you can see that the small chrono dial at the 3 o'clock position has actually moved forward a bit. Let me advance that minute hand forward. Okay, and we can see that the chronograph hand is continuing to wind. Now, what is unique about this movement is that it allows a flyback function. So say you've been timing something for quite a bit, and the thing that you're timing has begun a second lap, for example. You don't need to really note it down immediately, and typically what you would have to do is to stop it, reset it, and then start it again. That's 3 full movements of your finger. What you can do here is you can continue to run it and then just press the bottom chronograph button, and that immediately resets the dial as well as the chronograph hand back to 0 immediately, so you can begin timing your second iteration immediately. There's no need to do any back and forth faffing and doing some mental math in your head. It's all there for you with just 1 press of a button. Very, very easy to use. All right. Now, that is how all of this works. Now, onto the framing of this watch. We have this white rubber strap here with lateral channels going all the way down. Makes it a very, very nice and easy and flexible wear. It's not too terribly thick, although it does taper down from the lug. It makes it almost a pancake once you get to the very end. And going down to the strap here, or the buckle rather, it's a titanium, and I believe there may be some, no, it's completely a titanium clasp here, right, with the sizing module there. So you can then simply feed the strap in here, and it closes in on the underneath portion of the strap there. So you can actually wear this without having any extra strap showing on the outside, having it unfortunately catch on anything. It also has the 2-button system here, so it stays stable within its own spot there. All right, now while we're here, I'll try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. Also, I've placed it on backwards. Shame on me. All right, there we go. Nice and easy, flips upward. All right, now I have not sized this to my wrist at all, but how it looks on the wrist, my wrist is 7 inches in circumference here. Let me pull the strap so it has a better form. Okay, so I have a 7-inch wrist, about average for my build, and so with that 50 millimeter lug to lug distance, I'm getting a whole lot of case, not a whole lot of strap, but if I pull back far enough, I can get a little bit more strap, so it's actually not that bad. All right, now, if this were more form-fitting for my wrist, I do still get a little bit of space underneath these lugs here with the flaring out of this strap here. So it gives it a very, very good and very much needed breathing, because rubber straps actually don't allow for that much breathing on the wrist. It's very good in that aspect. And when it comes to the, the titanium and ceramic build here, it's incredibly light. You really don't need much of a strap here to really give it a good sense of counterbalance. You still feel that case on your wrist. You could be swinging it around a little bit, but you're not getting this because it's a dressy watch. You're getting it to make a statement. It makes a very, very good sense of overall wrist presence, not only in its looks, but also in its size. 15.5 millimeters in thickness. Again, it's not the thinnest watch, but again, you're getting this to make a statement. You're getting this because it looks awesome, it looks great, and it just feels amazing to wear and to use. Also keep in mind, an extra good modular portion of watches that are made by Hublot is that there's sort of like this button system to simply disconnect the strap. So if you ever feel the need to refresh your watch a bit, you can actually switch out this strap with a different color or a different texture, and it just simply snaps back in. Very easy, like a seatbelt, if I have it lined up correctly, without accidentally breaking the watch. There we go. All right. Much easier to do it from the side. Okay, but anyway, this is a very good use, a very good technique that I believe a lot of watchmakers and watch manufacturers should utilize within their strap usage and bracelet usage as well. All right, enough of what I think. What do you think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below. And do you think a Unico is really worth getting? I think so. Even if I can't actually translate the overall feel of the usage of this watch, let me tell you, I haven't used a watch that feels this great in such a long time. The haptic feedback of all of the functions here, the way that it feels, just so soft, and it's actually very, very nice. It has a very good feedback system, and it's not incredibly loud, it's not incredibly hard to press on those chronograph buttons. And that flyback function is just amazing. It's very, very unique. And with a 72-hour power reserve, you can set this down for a full 3 days, literally 3 days. Pick it back up 3 days later, and it will still be running. All right. Be sure to like the video, as it really helps our channel out. Be sure to subscribe as well, and also click that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch, a current production, discontinued, or even new or used, we have it on our website at jazztime.com. Link is in the description below, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.